What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
On today's Smart 7, Matt Hancock testifies, Israel resumes hostilities in Gaza, and lots more. It's Friday, 1st of December, it's World AIDS Day, and happy birthday to Robert Irwin.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The COVID inquiry finally came face-to-face with former Health Secretary Matt Hancock on Thursday. His name has been mentioned over and over again as the inquiry has progressed, with accusations that he was a proven liar, that he was inexpert but over-enthusiastic, that he wanted to decide who should live and who should die, and that he did not have a firm grip on his department. Hancock spent most of his time on the stand denying these allegations, pushing back against the notion that he was a liar and pointing the finger at what he referred to as a malign actor inside Number 10 who had created a toxic atmosphere.
That clearly flipped over into an unhealthy, toxic culture at the centre, where anything that went wrong was seen as an almost intentional failure.
There was no love lost for Dominic Cummings, with Hancock claiming he had been pushing for a lockdown 3 weeks before it finally happened. He also claimed that he had been blocked from taking action at a central government level, which could have saved lives.
The very first time I tried to call a Cobra, I was blocked, ultimately only for 48 hours, and getting the machine at the centre of government up and running was incredibly hard and took a huge amount of effort.
US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken was back in Israel on Thursday as he worked to get guarantees from Prime Minister Netanyahu to protect Palestinian civilians before hostilities against Hamas resumed. The Americans were requesting that Israel designate safe areas for civilians and avoid damaging any further hospitals or critical infrastructure.
Far too many Palestinians have been killed. Far too many have suffered these past weeks. And we want to do everything possible to prevent harm to them and to maximize the assistance that gets to them.
Friday morning saw an end to the ceasefire as Hamas appeared to fire a rocket into Israeli territory. Israel responded with airstrikes and what appeared to be a full resumption of hostilities. Former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett says Israel is making every effort to spare civilians, but that it's difficult when you're fighting a terrorist organisation.
Hamas wants to stop the war in a cynical way by effectively killing its own people by placing them in harm's way. If there was some magical solution where we could tweezer people out and just hit the rocket launcher that's shooting rockets at Israelis, we would do it.
Sultan Al Jaber officially opened the COP28 climate summit in Dubai on Thursday. It's set to run for 2 weeks, and there's huge pressure on delegates to produce tangible results as the World Meteorological Organization published its climate report, which warns that 2023 will be the hottest year on record. It also described a trail of devastation and despair as extreme weather affects populations across the globe. There was some good news, as Day One saw a loss and damage fund agreed to help poorer countries cope with the crisis, and the United Arab Emirates made the first donation as hosts, committing $100 million. But the message remained grim as UN Climate Change Executive Secretary Simon Steele made his opening address.
If we do not signal the terminal decline of the fossil fuel era as we know it, we welcome our own terminal decline. And we choose to pay with people's lives.
Would it displease you if I walked over and punched Henry Kissinger in the face?
You hate Henry Kissinger.
I hate him.
Yeah.
because in my travels, I stumble across his good works everywhere I go.
Right.
That was US travel writer and chef Anthony Bourdain sharing his feelings on former US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, who died on Thursday at 100 years of age. He was truly a divisive figure, winning the Nobel Peace Prize for bringing an end to the Vietnam War in 1973, but regarded by many as a war criminal. Russia's President Putin was among those paying their respects along with China, but many cannot forgive Kissinger's role in the secret US bombing of Cambodia. Research fellow at Harvard, Gautam Mukunda, says he leaves a complicated legacy.
As with any figure of such a life of such impact and complexity, the highs were quite high, but the lows were catastrophic. But every president needs an extraordinarily skillful right-hand man, and Henry Kissinger was that person in a lot of roles.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, plenty of Europa League action and tributes to an Irish musical legend. Right after this.
Israel is 5,690 miles away from the U.S., 11 hours by plane. Hate travels faster. In a comment, in a post, in a second. Jewish hate is up 388% in the U.S. Black hate, Muslim hate, and Asian hate are up too. When one hate rises, they all do. Let's stand up to all hate together. Share and wear the blue square from standuptojewishhate.org.
Welcome back.
Thursday night saw a host of Premier League teams in Europa League action. Brighton travelled to Greece where they beat AFK Athens 1-0 and go through to the next round. Meanwhile, West Ham travelled to Serbia where they beat Baka Topola 1-0, which sees them top their group. Aston Villa were in Europa Conference League action facing Legia Warsaw, and despite crowd trouble, they won 2-1. Liverpool hosted Austrian side Lask and made it look easy as they bagged 4 goals and also topped their group. Jurgen Klopp was pleased to have the next round locked in.
A lot of good stuff, and then some stuff I didn't like too much, but that's how it is. As we say it all the time, we still grow, we still have to develop, and but good football. But this game should have been too bad before half-time.
This Christmas, we're getting a lot of firsts. Cher just dropped her first Christmas album, and now Eddie Murphy is dropping his first ever Christmas movie. It's called Candy Cane Lane, and it's your classic story of a neighbourhood Christmas decorating contest that accidentally involves an evil elf called Pepper. It's available on Amazon Prime Video today, and Eddie seems pretty enthusiastic about it.
I'm very excited. I've never done a Christmas movie before, and it came out good. I think with Christmas movies, you want to be able to watch them over and over again, you know, so every Christmas. So I think they can watch this.
The death has been announced of the Pogue singer and songwriter Shane MacGowan. The legendary Hellraiser passed away peacefully at home after a long illness with his partner Victoria at his side. He's famous worldwide for his iconic Christmas song with Kirsty MacColl, Fairy Tale of New York, which he wrote for a bet, but his band, the Pogues, had critical and commercial success throughout his life. He was a tabloid favourite for his chaotic lifestyle, battles with alcohol and a shortage of teeth, but he was truly loved as a performer and songwriter. Tributes came from across the music industry and also from the President of Ireland, who called him one of music's greatest lyricists. Here's Shane chatting to Frank Skinner in 2004 about public perceptions of him and whether or not it affected his life. Rest in peace, Shane.
I couldn't give a what people want me to be, you know what I mean? Like I'm an entertainer, you know what I mean? Like people want me to get out on that stage and like blast it out, you know what I mean? And they get involved in it, and it's an audience. Like a good gig is where the audience love it, yeah?
You've been listening to the Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Israel is 5,690 miles away from the U.S., 11 hours by plane. Hate travels faster. In a comment, in a post, in a second. Jewish hate is up 388% in the U.S. Black hate, Muslim hate, and Asian hate are up too. When one hate rises, they all do. Let's stand up to all hate together. Share and wear the blue square from standuptojewishhate.org.